Sometimes some people claim that sucks to live as an idol. Well, I don't know. I never lived that as one. So without any delay, so let's see how it feels being lived as a jungle. Oops, my bad. Hey, did I remove this video from my content? On the beautiful day of 1997 September 1st, a beautiful boy was found. And this boy was later named Jung-guk by his late grandfather. This name consists of two syllables. First, Jung means the streets of tree growing up like pillar, and the Guk means the country. I guess his grandfather wanted him to be the pillar of the country, which later on became true. Because the BTS is known as one of the most famous idols in the world who are able to bring the billions of revenue into country and help the country economically. Well, apart this, let us know how this little boy became one of the biggest idols in the world and known as the Golden Backpack. Oh my God, all up. In his early childhood, he used to study at the Backpack Elementary School and initially wanted to become a badminton player or any kind of athlete. But after being inspired by the G-Dragon performance in TV, he chose the career of the singing and dancing. In 2011, at just the age of 14, he gave his audition for the survival show K3. Even if he didn't advance far, he received the casting offers from the 7 different entertainment companies and he chose the Big Hit Entertainment, now known as HYBE, after being impressed by RM Namjoon. He just said that he was impressed by his time, but it is just a rumor, don't believe in it. And after being impressed by the RM, he chose the HYBE and this decision changed his life forever. Jungkook dating scandal starts from when he was 15 or 16 years old when he talks about someone who he was in the relationship with who was really not a relationship and hasn't talked to someone from 200 days, which can clearly be seen on the unreleased cut of the American Hostel Life. First, let's watch that clip, then I will explain the story behind it and watch that portion.
어릴 때 얘기지만 되게 연애 아닌 연애인데 장난으로 막 사귀잖아요. 어릴 때 초등학생 때 보면 말로만 사귀자고 해놓고 이제 저는 이제 만나는 거 별로 안 좋아하거든요. 나가는 것도 별로 안 좋아하고 200일 정도가 됐는데 안 만났거든요.
Even after trolling the internet all over the day, I can find a single clue who he was really talking about. But on the many forums, the fan claimed that he was talking about his Nona back in the Busan when he was studying in a school named Park Seon. And he also used to have the crush on IU, the one of the biggest actress of the Korean history. And the first clip was noticed in the 2016 when he was riding a car with the 2 of his seniors. Now let's talk about the blackluster that Jungkook has faced when he got himself into the car accident to the taxi driver when he was riding the Mercedes on November 2, 2011. First, let's watch a clip, then I will explain it later.
Police are investigating a member of South Korean boy band BTS after he admitted fault in a car accident.
Well, Jungkook, the group's main vocalist, was driving a car in Seoul last week when he hit a taxi, which he claims is an error on his part. There were no major injuries, but Jungkook admitted to violating traffic laws.
Local media say it was a traffic signal violation. His managers have apologized to the victim and concerned fans.
Even if this incident has already been resolved by both of the parties, many people claim that Jungkook only saved himself because of the pretty idol privilege. Well, I don't think so. If both of the parties has already admitted to forgive all each other, then forgive and forget about each other, then why are the people even clinging on to it and making the Jungkook's life harder? Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I don't know what has happened in that, but it seems that Jungkook had gotten himself into the police custody by violation of the traffic rules. Next, one of the biggest scandals that Jungkook has ever faced was the 2020 Itaewon clubbing or the partying scandal. In this scandal, Jungkook and his 3 9/7 friends, Mingyu, Wang Wang, went to the clubbing and in the COVID-19 distancing rules. Well, this outrages the public and the massive outrage was filled by Jungkook, where the people claim that the Normal people remains in the normal livelihood. Jungkook's idol has received the privilege to break the social rules. Well, let's first watch the Korean news on it, then I'll explain the reason behind it or any kind of incident behind it.
Big Hit Entertainment has confirmed Jungkook's part of the dispatch report. Big Hit said it is true that Jungkook visited Itaewon. However, it added he did not go to the problematic place where the patient in early May was confirmed, and he went about a week beforehand. He followed the government regulations and voluntarily got checked for COVID-19, and we decided that it was not our place to interfere in his personal life. BTS's Jungkook, 17's Mingyu, NCT's Taeyeon, and Astro's Chaehoon were the rumored Itaewon idols who had visited the clubs on April 25th. And today, Dispatch claimed that Jungkook, along with 3 other 1997-born artists, were present at Itaewon's club during the week where South Korea saw its second wave of COVID-19 outbreak. Reportedly, the 4 idols started at a restaurant and went to 2 different clubs in Itaewon. Regarding Jungkook's whereabouts, Big Hit confirmed Jungkook's presence in Itaewon, saying Jungkook visited a restaurant and bar with his friends on the night of April 25th. Afterwards, he did not show symptoms of cough or fever, and his result came out negative.
Even if the Jungkook's results came out negative, but it was so wrong of Jungkook to go on the public area when there was a second outbreak of the COVID-19 in the Korea. Well, I know we doesn't have the right to interfere in the idol's life. Well, I like Jungkook. I love every song of it, but he was a mistake on both of the incidents, and the car accident too, and in this Itaewon club incident too.